guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2 recap. So if you haven't seen Season 1, please go watch that. That's already posted. This is going to be about Season 2 in the Earth Kingdom. Do they ever get their task done? We will see. The answer is no. Okay, so I have my notes on paper, as always, of course. Finally, we are in the Earth Kingdom. Yay! They're already doing things the wrong way. So they meet a Earth Kingdom general, and that man tries to force Aang into the Avatar state. That's not how that works. So he does this by pretending to kill Katara. So of course that sets Aang off, and he literally goes into the Avatar state and tries to kill the general. And for the second time, Katara has to calm him down while he's in the Avatar state so he doesn't fucking kill everybody around him. So, was that a good idea? No. And the whole reason the general was doing this, he was using Aang so that he could kill the people in the Fire Nation that were inhabiting that part of the Earth Kingdom. Yeah. Katara and Aang have their first ever kiss in the Cave of Two Lovers. That was a story about the, I think they were a princess and a prince from two different kingdoms. It was like a Romeo and Juliet story, right? And they learned how to earthbend to make a cave so that they could keep their love private, right? So that was cute. After that, they finally move on to the other Earth Kingdom where King Bumi is. And well, that's where they're heading. And during their travels, they are stopped or called down from the swamp. So the swamp calls them, and then they land and they're separated. As they always do. No team dynamic at all. So they're all separated and they all see a vision. So Aang sees the vision of his future earthbending teacher, right? Katara sees her mother, I believe, and Sokka sees the moon spirit, or his ex-boo.
I keep hearing a voice, it's calling me.
Yes, so then at this point is when Aang learns more about the spirit realm and how everything is connected. This was when he was in his little spirituality bag, okay? Because the earth. Yeah. Everything's connected. So this is when he starts to realize that, you know, he has to take care of the spirit realm, not just the physical realm, and how to also communicate with the spirits. Then this is when they end up in that city and it's Avatar Day. So they're like, oh my God, Avatar Day. Like they think that they're doing what they did on Kyoshi Island when they were celebrating the Avatar's return. So they get there and they burn down Aang's statue, and he's like, this is unfair. Why are you doing this? I'm the Avatar. I'm supposed to save everybody, right? And they're like, you killed our great leader. So here they go wasting time again. Aang gets put in jail and tells Sokka and Katara to go figure it out. Separated. Immediately. So then they're separated, right? They go to Kyoshi Island to figure out why Avatar Kyoshi killed this emperor. Come to find out, she didn't. So they bring the evidence, find out that she didn't. Wasting time. All of that was a waste of time. But the thing is, the Avatar does need to do a PR campaign, right? He needs to market himself because half of the kingdom doesn't trust him because he left. He left. Right? So now that he's back, he learns that he needs to do more PR shit and like actually be there and help more people. So mind you, we have 3 months left, right? Less than 3 months. Finally, he meets Toph, his future earthbending teacher, but she refuses to teach him because she's leading a double life. So she is a blind earthbending WWE star at night. And by day, she's just a princess, right? Of one of the Earth Kingdoms. So she's like, I can't be teaching you. They think I'm a helpless little girl, right? And honestly, her parents did the right thing. Like even if they were smothering her or whatever, like they were taking care of her. They even taught her earthbending. They just said, you can't leave the palace. So I understand that because I think she's blind and helpless and weak. So I honestly don't blame the parents for the way that they treated her, but whatever. They wouldn't let her go, so they ended up running away, stole Toph. Now she's a bounty on her head because they want their daughter back, but that's not the way other people think. Especially people who are in it for the money. Like, you can't just say, my daughter's missing, here's $1 million, go find her. So now they're looking for her and Aang, and they're going to sell them to the highest bidder. So that's where that starts. Toph has a bounty on her head, which will come back later. Zuko and his uncle have a huge argument, and this is when Azula comes into the picture. So she tries to kill them, of course. And then she also gets her crew to follow the Avatar. So they're tracking them by Appa's fur. So that's when that whole thing happens. And then he has his first fight with Azula. Then they're finally safe again, and Aang can start learning earthbending. He can't earthbend though because he has, like, he's blocked, right? And I think, yeah, because he's afraid. He's always afraid of everything. Like, oh my gosh. Ridiculous. So then he doesn't actually learn how to earthbend until Sokka's life is in danger. He never learns anything unless somebody's life is in danger. Can I just say?
At that point. He airbended.
No, so then he does figure out how to earthbend because Toph is there, and I think she either lets a boulder fall or she throws a boulder at Sokka and is like, do something about it. So that's when Aang finally learns how to earthbend. And they go to that library to figure out any information they can about the Fire Nation and how to defeat the Fire Lord. That's when we see that owl, that nasty owl. I hate that owl. He's so, ugh. Oh my God, he's so scary drawn. I don't like the owl. So then they go to the library and they leave Toph outside to fend for herself. So then they steal materials from the library, and the owl tries to eat them. And the whole time it's either Toph saves them or saves Appa because some sandbenders come out of nowhere and steal him. So that's when Appa gets taken, and Aang blames this on Toph.
Which is crazy as hell. She saved your life.
I can't see. So that happens when they're stranded in the desert. So at this point, Aang has given up, and then Sokka goes off and gets high on cactus juice. Cool, very useful for this point in time. So as we can see, again, they're separating. They have a new member in the team, and they're already like, fighting. They're always fighting. Always, always, always. So then they head to Ba Sing Se because that's the next big city, and they think that they can find Appa there. Also, they need to like regroup, right? So they go to Ba Sing Se, and that's when they find out that there's this conspiracy going on within the kingdom. And my whole thing is, how does the king not know that there's a war going on for 100 years? Because that means that your father also didn't know that there was a war going on. Because the king was not 100 years old. Mm-hmm. So,
45, maybe 50.
So are y'all just oblivious? Did your father know about the war and just didn't want to keep you in the loop? Like, I don't know. That whole storyline was,
Because even the Dai Li, why would the Dai Li not want to stop the lore?
I don't know. Like, how did they infiltrate and the king doesn't know a thing for 100 years? So that's that. And then they have that sad ass episode of Uncle Iroh when it's his son's birthday. I'm gonna cry. This movie, this TV show had so much for it to be a children's show. Like, the emotion, meditation, how to trust yourself, opening your chakras, daddy issues, mommy issues. Like, this show had so much for us kids to be watching. It's such a good show. This is such a good show. Okay, then Momo finds Appa, and we see Appa's story of everything that happened to him. So he was captured. He was turned into a circus animal. The Kyoshi warriors found him and cleaned him up. That's when Azula found him, right? And he finally got to Ba Sing Se, but the Dai Li hid him. So all of that happened. And then this is also when we start to see Zuko, like, enjoying life. I don't know, breathing. Literally. So this whole time Zuko has just been like with his uncle selling tea, whatever, calm, Cool. Ruined immediately.
Saw the avatar. He was like, maybe I'm going crazy. Would you like some tea?
He was literally like starting to heal.
Yes, he was becoming a better person, and then Azul.
Crazy. So then, at this point, they
separate.
They separated again. Yes, so they all separated, and Katara finds out that Zuko. Yeah, she finds out Zuko's in the city because she sees him in the tea shop. She goes to tell the king. The king is
He's already away. The Kyoshi warriors, who's actually
the fake Kyoshi warriors that are Azula and her crew are there. So now she knows that her brothers and her uncle's in town. So then she goes mess with them. Zuko back to trying to kill that fucking Avatar. So that whole thing was ruined. Y'all started talking. They started talking to each other and ruined everybody's life. So Zuko then goes to try and find Appa. So now they know that Appa's in the city. Zuko knows Appa's in the city. And then this is where they also run into Jet again. And Jet's like, I've changed. Come to find out, no, he hasn't. He's in control by the Dai Li. So then he tries to kill them. So much crazy things happen. And I think, did Jet actually die? Like,
yeah. Canonically, he's the only person in Avatar.
Jet actually died? That's crazy. That's crazy. So then Jet dies. And here goes Zuko one more time. I'm just gonna like take this flying bison out of here. His uncle, where are you going to go? What is your plan? I'm just gonna like, head out. I'm just gonna head out.
Azula made a good point. I should be at home. I'm a go.
He does not think. He does not think at all. His uncle is like trying to get it to him. Like, you have no plan. What are you doing? He's like, no, but like it's fine. Okay. It's chill. It's right. Chill. Yeah, everything's chill.
Let it happen, bro.
So he lets Appa go, and now they're reunited with Appa.
I think he used Appa to like find out where he was, and he just followed him. But like,
ridiculous. And we see that Zuko has such an inner struggle with himself because we find out that he's the grandson of Roku and the first Fire Lord, or the granddad Fire Lord. I don't remember his name. Sozin. Right. So we find out that he's their grandson, and that's why he has that internal struggle literally going on, because his blood is like, no, you're going the wrong way. No, you're going the wrong way. He also betrays his uncle again. He betrays him every step of the way, like a solid 3 times. He's betrayed that man. It's so sad. So that's all of season 2 recapped. We're currently watching season 3, so I will be filming and posting that video next. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a season 3 Avatar: The Last Airbender recap or deep dive. Basically a rant about why they were pissing me off. So in season 3, Aang has lost consciousness, right, from season 2, and he wakes up on a Fire Nation ship. And I feel like this season, everybody started to get their stuff together. Like, we're at the end, the 3 months are up, you need to kill this man, right? So I feel like everybody starts taking things seriously, especially with the new addition of Toph, because Toph, one, can't see, so she can't joke around all day. Like, she's always like, let's get to work, or let's fight. She a little much at times. So then, yeah, so then the next episode, I feel like that's when the start of them really trying to do PR happened, because before, like, they were, doing PR in the Kyoshi island, that kind of stuff, but I feel like Aang took it more seriously. Like, the towns in the Fire Nation and the Earth Nation were really poor, right? So I feel like he started to take it more seriously. Like, you need to kill this man. He's ruining everybody's life. Like, the balance is so far off. And then, so they camouflage, they dressed up as some Fire Nation students, right? And that episode was so cute because they are kids, but they haven't been able to act like kids this entire time, because one, Katara and Sokka's father has been on a ship away. They thought the man was dead. Their mom's dead. So I feel like they haven't been able to take anything as lightly until this season. So yeah, they start having a party with the kids and they show them how to dance because the kids don't know how to dance. They don't know how to dance. They don't know rhythm. They.
What do you call Katara? His fire phoenix? Something.
That's when they really started getting together here.
He was trying to pull it. Like, he was rude as hell.
Yes, he's always rude to Katara. I still don't understand that. Like, why is he so mean to her? Talk about I love her.
What's wrong with my hair doilies?
Right. What's wrong with my hair? That's so rude. So yeah, I feel like this is where they started bonding more with not only each other but also the other nations. So after that, they show them how to dance and everything, and they almost get caught over here trying to have fun.
The kids had their back.
They almost got caught. The kids did have their back, but they almost got caught. So that was, I feel like that was like a cute icebreaker episode after everything that happened last season. So it was the Fire Nation spirit lady. So Katara started pretending to be her. And then I feel like they didn't learn anything from last time when the fortune teller was telling the whole town, you know, nothing's gonna go wrong here. I can see everybody's future. And then the volcano was coming and they're like, no, she could tell the future. She'd know. Like, I feel like they were relying on her as their guide for life. And that's what Katara did here, is make these people rely on her until they literally blew up the factory. But they'll be back, you know? So I feel like she kind of just put them all in danger in a way. I get it and I don't, you know? The next episode is where Sokka basically grows up. I feel like this is the start of him really contributing to the group, because he's like, oh, well, I can't bend anything, right? So I get him feeling bad about it, right? He's like the hunter-gatherer type of dude. So he plays a role, but he doesn't feel like it. So then in this episode, he finds his swords master and he learns his craft. So I feel like along the way, like with the Kyoshi warriors, whatever, I feel like along the way, he's slowly growing up. And this was like the final push towards him becoming a man. And then the next episode is Azula going crazy. So this was like the start of her breaking point, where she's like losing it and losing control of her friends as well, because they're like, girl, you're crazy. She's like, I'm not crazy. I'm the princess. So she starts acting like a little spoiled brat here, and her brother, their dynamic is so freaking strange. Like, they can't even just have fun with each other, you know?
They don't even know how to. Well, they've been at
war.
Tides with each other for the last 3 years.
That's crazy.
Since they were kids, because they're fighting for their dad's approval.
That's crazy and sad. So this is when she really like starts losing it, because she thinks, well, if daddy loves me more, then everything's gonna be okay. This is that episode where we learn the big reveal of why Zuko has those two inner demons going at it, because he's the grandson of both Roku and, what was the name? Sozin? Right, the grandson of both of them. So that's when Aang learns this information from going into the spirit realm with Roku. And we also learn that Roku was too docile in his wake as an avatar. And then that's why Aang needs to clean up his mess. Like, Aang's finally understanding the history, because nobody reads. Nobody freaking reads. So nobody knows the history of why there's even the war. And then there are other people who don't even know there's a war going on. So this is when things really start to go crazy, like in quick pace. Yes. Katara and Toph start arguing. This is the beginning of them starting to argue, because everybody started getting along, and then they was beefing the whole rest of the season, I feel. Because because this is when Toph finds out that she can like not street performers, what are they, like con men on the street. So she learns how to trick them basically to make more money. And this is when Katara's like, you can't do that, that's bad. And then they argue the whole episode until the end, when Katara basically is like, I'm sorry, we can keep doing the freaking tricks. They do another one, get caught. So then this is when Katara learns that she can sweat bend. So this is I feel like this is them being really resourceful. This season was them being the most resourceful, because there was no time for playing around anymore. Like, they kept getting captured by people who were going to kill them or send them to the Fire King. That's when Katara figures out, learns how to bloodbend. Because of the old lady in the forest, she's like, oh, you're a waterbender? And I believe they were from the same tribe. So that's why Katara started to trust her so much. And then she was like, oh, well, I know how to learn. I learned how to bloodbend. Shows her how to do it. Katara's like, gotta go.
Hey, you can't do that.
Gotta go.
She started off taking the water out of the plants. And she was like, oh,
she felt bad.
Don't grow back.
Literally. In times of need, it doesn't matter who dies. Like, she was on some crazy stuff.
They were killing...
They were killing them.
She is the
They
last
were
waterbender
killing
of the
them.
Southern Water Tribe, so...
They made them extinct, basically. Yeah. So I get it.
Kind of crazy.
I get it, but that lady she just took it a little too... It was immoral, basically. Mm. Then the next 2 episodes are just them trying to get ready to fight the Fire Lord. And the craziest part about this whole thing is the show doesn't stop there because they don't kill him. This is when they weren't ready. They weren't ready, honestly. They weren't. They were not ready to fight the Fire Lord yet. But it was like an hour and everything because this would be the weakest point. And it was only 10 minutes. So they didn't even get to him in time because Azula was antagonizing them the entire time. I think it was specifically Sokka she was talking to, but I honestly don't remember what she was saying. So this is when they're held up, and then they don't even get to him in time, and then the freaking solar eclipse passes. So they lost their chance, and all of the adults get arrested. So this is them being separated from their dad again, Sokka and Katara. So the kids retreat to the, Western Air Temple. The Western Air Temple, right? And the reason they do is because it's upside down. You can only get there if you can fly. So that was actually really smart. They should have been hiding there the whole time. Anyways, it was near the Fire Nation. I get it. So it's more dangerous. And then the whole time they're like, okay, well, since we didn't get to kill the Fire Lord, you need to learn fire, and then we need to really fight him and kill that man, right? So Aang needs to find a firebending teacher, but everybody in the Fire Nation hates him. Then, come to find out, Zuko followed them and is like, I'll be your teacher. And they're like, we don't trust you. Rightfully so. And then after that, Toph is like, I trust him because, I don't know him. Which doesn't really make sense, but girl, I get it. Cool.
So she can read that he wasn't lying.
Yes, she could read him telling the truth about not trying to kill Aang anymore. I get it. But then she goes to him late at night, randomly. The man burns her feet in a defense. And so then they're like, we really don't trust you. You need to get out of here. And they have that whole argument. And then, Aang is a freaking pacifist or a monk. So he's like, well, I guess I can trust you. And everybody else is like, whatever the monk wants. Katara has beef with him because they was going to kiss in that temple. Y'all remember that, right? And then after that, Zuko's trying to teach him, but I guess because now he's nice, he's lost his power. Because he drew all of his power from anger. And now he's not angry anymore. And a little angry pubescent teen. He can't do it. So then they have to figure out how to get to the first firebenders, right? Which are the dragons. And they go there and they try and steal the freaking, I think it was an egg or something. He tries to steal it. So then they get caught by, I want to say...
It was the first, not the first benders, but the first civilization.
Yeah, like the indigenous firebenders. And then they're like... They finally let them go see them, but they're like, you need to take this fire up to them and offer it to the gods, basically. And then Aang's fire goes out because he's over there messing around. Give me some of yours. That was so Rick and Morty. No. That was so Rigby and Mordecai coded. That was so dumb. So then...
Bro, let me get some, bro. Stop.
I don't really even understand that episode though, because they see them firebend and they're like, what was their realization that made them be able to firebend?
They were in the tornado of colors. They said,
what did that mean though?
Fire's pretty. It's not just death, it's life, bro. Everything comes from fire. The sun is fire.
And that just gave them the will
said,
to...
You know what? You're right. I am fire.
So then that's honestly the only time Aang practices with firebending.
Yeah, they like train, but not for real.
That's crazy.
He said that's all I really need.
After that, this is when they want to go see their dad, or something happens where they want to get captured by the Fire Nation. They get captured, and they.
I think it was. I think they just asked it, where would they put?
Oh, like their dad?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So then they find Suki instead. The next episode is when Katara goes crazy. She literally is trying to find the men who murdered her mom, right? And then goes through all these people trying to kill them, finds the man and lets him go because he's pathetic. So I get that as like she's grown, you know, she didn't just kill him out of anger. She was like, well, you got what you deserved. And I feel like that also leads into why Aang starts having the idea that he doesn't have to kill the Fire Lord. Because, like, if Katara could let him go, why can't I? Right? And then I feel like the next episode was literally just a little bit of amusement for us. Because it's about to go down. So that's when they have the episode where they're doing a play on the Avatar. And they have all the terrible acting characters. That was so stupid. That episode was like one of the stupidest episodes. And then, so yeah, Aang keeps going back and forth. He's like, should I kill him? Should I not kill him? Right? And we actually get to the last episode where we all know Aang did not kill the Fire Lord. He found another way. So I feel like, again, this is the season where they were the most resourceful and mature. Like, they actually grew. But if you like this video, please like this video, comment, and subscribe.